Hi everyone and welcome to my place. This is the design I did for Easter not so long ago, and when I was pulling it apart I was left with this. So what I did was, just to fill you in again, was it's just a oasis frame that I've soaked in water, and then what I did was I just stuck the herbs around the side of it. Well, when I went to throw it out, I thought, oh my goodness, I'm not going to throw that out, I'm going to reinvent it. So pretty much what I want to do is to demonstrate how to do something using edible herbs that can live on your countertop, and in the winter, or if it's too wet to go outside, or you've got a friend that's got lots of herbs, you can make it up, and as the season, it dries off, you can still use these beautiful herbs that will just dry off on their own. I think that's great. So I'm going to put it onto this base, which is just it's a concrete cake plate thing that has only ever been used for flowers. So that, just make sure that whatever your wreath size is, that it will sit nicely in the cavity of whatever you're using, whether it be a cake plate or whatever. Okay, around the sides, the first thing I did was just, this can just be damp, it doesn't need to be wet, or you can have it wet and then put your herbs into it and just have it dry off. It's just a matter of going around the outside of your frame, and you can have this as long or as short and as squat as you like. The other thing I've got here is, now that's the trailing rosemary, and now I'm going to insert this one here, which is the vertical upright one. Just push those in and down into there. They don't have to all be the same size, just whatever suits you, because in my place of isolation I think that I will be terribly bored unless I have nice things to do. So everything I'm doing is, in the event of an emergency, I'm not the only one in the world, so I might just get myself into gear and start sharing with everybody little things that you can do for now, or you might just want to just save them or tuck them away for a rainy day. I've got one more of those, so I'm just going to stick that into there. Now the other thing that I used was the bay, and I'll just push that in between in lovely little clusters. A little bit short here, I'm going to take that up a little bit higher into there, cut that off so that I've got oh look, this is starting to take on a life of its own. Oh, I'm loving it. That one there. I don't like wasting herbs, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to put that in there. But it's really, I find these really handy for when I'm cooking, and especially in the winter when you've got to go outside into the rain or nothing much is growing because it's too cold. Now the other thing that I've got here is, let me get rid of that, is some kaffir lime leaves. I use these all the time, so I'm just going to push those into there. And I love that the combinations of forms and the colours of the leaves all add to this beautiful picture. And what's more, it smells fantastic. That can go into there like that. That can go over to there. That can go into there. Oh, look, herbs on hand. I love it. The other thing I found when I was in the garden is some of these have got little the little fruits onto them, so I'll use those as well. They can go up and over and into there just for a little bit of variation. You could also use lemon leaves, but I don't use lemon leaves so very much. There's another one with some wee berries on it, so I might as well just cluster group those together. So look how it just builds this beautiful, beautiful picture. I've also got some lavender. Now, I like to use lavender in this I've got a very special shortbread recipe that I use. Just take all those off there, or if you want to use a little bit of rosemary, lavender for a little bit of decoration, you can, but it's just, all I pretty much wanted to do for in here was to have something, keep the whole thing as edible as I can. And the great thing is that these are from my garden, so I know that my garden's organic and there are no any kinds of spray being used out there, so I feel quite confident in knowing that there are no horribles coming into my cooking. Right, get rid of those bits there, put another one into there, and I've got just a little group that I will put into there. Oh, this is such fun. Oh, I love it. It's better than what I thought it was going to be. Right, from there, the other thing that you can do is that can sit on your countertop, and then these herbs, which you can buy from the supermarket, that can just sit, or if the garden shop, that can just go into there, and now we have something that I can pick from and I don't have to go outside. I hope you've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed sharing it with you, and I look forward to seeing you another day.